See, this Treaty of Alinagar. So in between whom this Treaty of Alinagar have carried out? So that is in between British. I think I should write first. Okay, right. Anyway. British and who could be another? It is Siraj-ud-Dawla. Right. Siraj-ud-Dawla. British and Siraj-ud-Dawla. Fine. So, and according to this treaty, then the, okay, APSI, anybody wants this one, you can have. Done? Okay, fine. Fine. So, according to this, the Chandrangore had been given back, or you can consider captured by British, right? And then there comes, so British capture Chandran Gore, right? And then there comes the second part, that is what? The Battle of Plassey. Battle of Plassey. Right. So it was right. So on 23rd June in 1757. Right. So Battle of Plassey, 23rd June 1757. Fine. You know what? Why this had been happening? So owing to conspiracy, right? The Nawab defeated in this battle, right? So in the Battle of Plassey, owing to the conspiracy, the Nawab was defeated, right? So who had betrayed Nawab, right? So there had been 5 different personalities, right, which were the most important what you can responsibilities were carrying, right? Okay, let me know whether you see the Battle of Plassey, the word Battle of Plassey. Quickly. Probably it might not be that much clear as much as the black color. Anyway, so
readable, sir.
Okay, fine, thank you. So Owing to the conspiracy, Nawab was defeated. And there had been different people, right? Mir Zafar, then Manik Chand, Ami Chand, Jagat Seth, and Khadim Khan, right? So these were the different people, right, who looking for different kinds of things. For example, Manik Chand was the officer in charge of Calcutta. Ami Chand was the rich merchant, right? Then Jagat Seth was the biggest banker of Bengal, right? Uh, Khadim Khan commanded a large number of Nawab's troops. So these people have betrayed with the Nawab. यांनी सगळ्यांनी मिळून नवाबला धोका दिला किंवा अद्दल घडवायची ठरवली. That would be the case you can consider, right? So because of that, Nawab was defeated in this Battle of Plassey. And in fact, it is nothing but the politics of Britishers, right? So Britishers have started actually playing with this. Then what had happened because of this? The company granted undisputed right. Right. Company granted undisputed right. So why called undisputed right? See, because earlier there had been the requirement of the passes. Right. In these days, up to last 1 week, you need to have the e-passes to go from one state to other state, or particularly from one district to other district, right? So likewise, in order to perform the trading, they have to have the passes. But Britishers were using, or Britishers were taking its advantages, right? On the same pass or on the same permissions, they were performing the trade at different places. Right? So that was the case you can consider. But after this one, what had happened? Company got the grant for undisputed right, for or to free trade in Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa. Right. So this is the result of this battle, right? So company granted undisputed right to free trade. In which places or where? Sorry, in Bengal, Bihar, right, and Orissa. Fine. And because of this Battle of Plassey, Nawab was defeated. And who was the main culprit? Right, we can who was the main cause? Right, that is nothing but the Mir Zafar. So what Mir Zafar got? Right, for betraying with Nawab. Right, so he received zamindari. Right, zamindari of 24 parganas. See, already we haven't considered the medieval India or earlier part of this. Because of that, you might be having the struggle in understanding this word as well as this word, right? So what is exact meaning you should take about zamindari, and what could be the definition of pargana, right? So pargana is related to geographical surface, you can consider, right? And zamindari is nothing but the right of this particular person on that much part of the land, right? So that would be through the point of view of revenue, or sometimes you can consider it through the point of view of salary as well, right? So in one of the rulers during medieval India, as a salary, you had been assigned the owner of some kind of land. Right. So you should not worry about this one. So whenever you will be seeing it, at that time you will be coming across these points. So this had been offered to Mir Jafar. So obviously in this case, Britishers must have helped him, right? So what had happened? They got undisputed right. So Britishers started misusing the dastak. So dastak is nothing but the duty pass, right? Free duty pass rather, right? And therefore, because of this, the Mir Qasim, right? Mir Qasim got angry, right? Mir Qasim got angry of this one. So who was the Mir Qasim? Mir Qasim was the son-in-law of Mir Jafar. So Mir Jafar had ruled from 1757 to 60. Right. So as like governor, you can consider him. And then later on, his son-in-law, whose name was Mir Qasim got angry because of the misuse by Britishers, right? Misuse of the dastak by Britishers, right? So then he decided, right, to revolt against the British. Fine. And in that case, he defeated by British and flew away to Awadh. Right? So he lost with the Britishers. Then he had ran away to another. He ran away to the neighbor. That is what Awadh. Right. So there he had made alliance with the Shujauddaulah, right, and Shah Alam, right. So and then Mir Qasim, Shujauddaulah, and Shah Alam. So altogether they have fought another battle, and that is called Battle of Buxar. Battle of Buxar with the Munro, right? With Munro. Fine. So this is the point you can consider. So Mir Jafar received Zamindari of 24 Parganas. Okay. But Britishers, right? Britishers misused the dastak. So what is this dastak? Dastak is nothing but the free duty pass. Free duty pass. And therefore, Mir Qasim, who is son-in-law of Mir Jafar, right? Mir Qasim was son-in-law of Mir Jafar, got angry and revolted against British. He defeated by British and he flew away. पळून गेला to Awadh, right? Awadh, where he what you can consider he had where he found right, or formed rather a confederacy of confederacy of, you can consider a kind of alliance, right, of Awadh ruler at that time. Awadh ruler was the Shuja-ud-Dawla, right? Awadh ruler Shuja-ud-Dawla, and Mughal emperor Shah Alam. Shah Alam II. Shah Alam II. Right. And then they decided to fight with the Britishers. And then there had been the Battle of Buxar. Battle of Buxar. Battle of Buxar. Right. So, which had been happening in 1764. 1764. Right. So, though these three were all together, right, but Mir Qasim, Shuja-ud-Dawla, and Shah Alam defeated by, right, all these three were defeated by Munro second. So who was the Munro? From Britishers. Right. So he is Britishers. And then after defeating him, the Mir Zafar was further placed on the throne. Right. So that is what you can have in this one. Now, no doubt, the successors of Mir Qasim were the Mir Zafar. Mir Zafar was further, Mir Zafar was succeeded by, right, and Mir Zafar placed on throne. So Mir Zafar was already on the throne, right? So further he had been there from 1764 to 65, right? Later on he was succeeded by his son, right? So Mir Zafar succeeded by, see here, understand one thing, you are not only seeing the expansion of Britishers, right, that to be only in the part of Bengal, but also surrounding it, what is happening, right? Simply I could tell you that from the Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar, right, so just by saying these two incidences, right, it would be very easy. But what will happen? You will not interlink, or you will not connect this part with the medieval India or the empire, the Mughal Empire, right? As far as the Aurangzeb's reign is concerned, right? So, or later on, what had happened, right? So, this is what the interlinking you will be always having. But probably, whenever we will be seeing, at that time, you will understand these things as a bulk, right, or integrated part. Anyway, so Mir Zafar succeeded by his son The name of his son was Nizam-ud-Dawla. Right. I think not Nizam, it Nazm-ud-Dawla. Right, by his son Nazm-ud-Dawla, who had from 1765 to 66, and then right, so he has signed a treaty by which most of the army has to disband and the administer Bengal through the deputy governor nominated by company. म्हणजे काय, these rulers हे सगळे हे rulers हे नामधारी बनवले. So actually company had started, right, keep in mind company had actually started ruling, right? So they will be having deputy governor, right, to each of these rulers. These will be governors, no doubt, right? But they will have deputy governor, and that deputy governor will be always nominated by company, right? And therefore you can consider the dual government in Bengal established, right? So company acquired both these rights, right? So whatever Diwani and Nizamat, right? So these all the rights have actually acquired by company, right? And Nazm-ud-Dawla haven't taken over the direct administration as well as revenue collection. So company have started doing direct administration and revenue collection by using the name of Nazm-ud-Dawla, right? Obviously government's now an owner, sir, right? So this is what you can consider the expansion of Britishers in the part of Bengal, right? In the part of Bengal, right? So signed a treaty. So Nazm-ud-Dawla, right, signed a treaty. Nazm-ud-Dawla signed a treaty, right? And what kind of rights they got by this treaty, right? So by this treaty, by which disband of army and administer right, administer the Bengal through deputy governor, through deputy governor, right, which will be nominated, right, nominated by now consider company acquired both. So there had been different rights, both, right, that is Diwani and Nizamat, right? Diwani and Nizamat rights by Nazmuddullah. Right. But they haven't taken over direct administration and revenue collection. Right. करत सगळं ब्रिटिशर्सच होते. So everything is done by the Britishers, but their name never come as the main administrators. Right. So this is what you can consider. Right. So, and later on, after few years, in 1772, Warren Hastings ended the dual system of government. So there you can consider they have directly taken over. Right. So this is what you can consider. Right. So how they expanded in Mysore, that we will consider. Fine. So we will stop here. If someone wants this one, otherwise tomorrow you can have this particular point. Anyway, we will stop at this point. Is there anyone who want to ask something? Okay. Roshikesh sir. Okay, if nothing is there, then I will quit the meeting. Okay.
Okay, sir.